Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Good morning, Descendants and Zombies fans. I am really excited about this morning's video because for the first time ever, we'll take a look at some of the things you may have missed from Descendants: The Rise of Red from the summer of 2024. That was a summer that changed my life because it gave me the honor of meeting each and every one of you and our passion that we share for Descendants and Zombies. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jonathan Clarke and I am the biggest Descendants and Zombies fan in the world. I know that it's very rare that a guy talks about Descendants and Zombies this much on his YouTube channel, but it's a passion that's brought us all together. And because I appreciate that passion so much and I'm so fond of the Descendants cast, I think it's time that somebody show them the respect that they deserve, because they have been victim of criticism ever since The Rise of Red and Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires premiered just this past summer. It's been a couple of weeks since the premiere of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires and people are still criticizing it. The most loyal fans in the world come from Descendants and Zombies because the Descendants and Zombies fans know what's up and they know how to appreciate good cast members when they see them, and they show it all the time. It's these critics on YouTube that really bothered me about how they can't say anything nice about the Descendants and Zombies cast members, but the story. I, for one, fell in love with the story of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires because these new characters and the journey they're about to embark on, encountering this new vortex and what could be inside of it, from mermaids to pirates to sirens, everything has been discussed about what could be inside of that vortex. Is going to take some time before it's revealed what's inside of it, but I, for one, am excited about the next 4 years and all the predictions that will be made leading up to the premiere of Zombies 5. I think that the torch was passed in a very emotional moment for the Zombies fans, because after all this time, seeing Zed and Addison play a profound role in the Zombies franchise and its success, I'm going to miss them dearly because I fell in love with the Addison character. Many of you may remember years ago how I was the biggest Addison Wells fan ever, and I was the biggest Meg Donnelly supporter out there because Meg Donnelly was just so courageous. Everything she had to deal with in her personal life, her family had no acting background whatsoever, so she pretty much came from out of obscurity. Nobody knew if they were going to take her serious or not, but she ultimately became everybody's favorite from the Zombies franchise, and I think that a lot of people have fond memories given to them because of Zombies. So I don't think there was any place in the conversation and room for criticism of these Zombie stars, and I kind of just wanted to take that away from everybody, as too did I want to take away the criticism from the Descendants: The Rise of Red stars, because they were a new franchise and they were new cast members trying to really bring this one to life in a way that the other cast members from the original Descendants really didn't do it, because I think there was a lot of emphasis on relationships more so in the original Descendants movies than there was action, because there wasn't really that much action by the time Descendants 2 happened. We got some CGI where Mal turned into a dragon, and then of course Uliana turned into this serpent kind of creature in the water, so some CGI was incorporated into Descendants 2. So I don't think there was much in the way of action from the original Descendants. I think there was way too much emphasis on love and relationships. So I think that this franchise definitely presented us with more action, more twists and turns in the plot that we didn't quite expect. I mean, we saw a lot of conflict at the beginning of the movie between Red and Chloe, but they reached a mutual understanding of how a bond can really get you through anything. And I think that's really what a lot of people felt encouraged by and inspired from, was how some of the most beautiful friendships can be derived from some of the most bizarre circumstances. And they were faced with their fair share of bizarre circumstances, and they really had to stare adversity in the face and really face it head on. And I give these stars a profound amount of credit for not only having to deal with the criticism they were receiving for portraying these characters, Red and Chloe and Bridget, but I also give them a profound amount of credit for really bringing this franchise to life in a way that nobody else who was ever a part of a Descendants cast was able to do it. Now, I know a lot of people out there prefer the original cast, and they will forever and always miss the original cast, but as I've said many times on this show, the times have changed, and we as fans have to change with the times. And I think more so than ever now, more people are reaching a mutual understanding that, you know, times will never be like it was. I mean, Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson will never return to reprise their roles. That's pretty much certain. But I think that these new stars have an undeniable passion for Descendants, unlike the original cast ever did. And the thing is, I don't think we've seen or heard the last of Kyla Cantrell, Malia Baker, and Ruby Rose Turner. Even though Ruby has parted ways with the Descendants franchise, I think her story is far from over, and we will see her re-emerge in Descendants. It's just a matter of when, where, and how Ruby will find her way back into the Descendants franchise. Even if you have to write a movie specifically devoted to going back in time and saving Ruby Rose Turner's character Bridget from whatever she's faced with and bringing her back to present-day Wonderland to find something for her to do, I think that if you're creative, if you have creative minds, you can easily find something for Bridget to do, because she was so loved by so many people. She ultimately became everybody's favorite character in the Descendants franchise, and I'm going to miss miss her dearly. Oftentimes you will hear me talk about how I wish Ruby Rose Turner was here every night of my life to help me make sense of life and help me build game chairs and play video games with me, because I saw Ruby Rose Turner as just a genuinely kind soul. And because I think there's an extreme rarity in this lifetime, and there are never enough kind people seen in this world, and there are never enough kind words said to anybody, I think that we need more people like Ruby Rose Turner in this world, and that's only a wish that my heart can make, honestly, because Ruby really did inspire me to become a better person and to really better myself and to be more kind to people and show kindness in ways that I never thought imaginable. I want to say thank you to Ruby Rose Turner for everything that she offered the Descendants franchise. If in fact we have seen the last of Ruby Rose Turner, I don't believe it, but I just want to say thank you, because even though your time with the Descendants franchise was very short-lived, I think that a lot of people are never ever going to forget the profound impact that you've had on their hearts. She was my favorite character going into the premiere of Descendants: The Rise of Red in 2024. That summer is a summer I will never forget, for having the honor of meeting the Bridget character for the first time ever and meeting all of you, because this is the greatest honor of my life to be able to sit behind this podcast microphone and to have talked about Descendants and zombies in the way that I believe it's meant to be talked about for a very long time. And it shows, because this YouTube channel has received an overwhelming response of views, with over 54,000 views coming in on this YouTube channel, over 2,000 plus watch hours, and 3,000 subscribers nearly. It is incredible. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel. And this YouTube channel, I want you to know, will forever and always be here for each and every one of you to help you make sense of everything having to do with Descendants and zombies in light of all the criticism it's received. I remember when all the criticism was thrown away of Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, for its new cast, the storyline. But when the movie premiered, it was a beautiful story, and it was one of the most powerful zombie scripts ever presented to us, and I think that we really made the most of our opportunity last summer to watch it. It's a summer I will never, ever forget. And I hope that Zombies 5 definitely happens quicker, with the release window suggesting not going to be seeing anything until summer 2028. That seems like forever and a day away. But even though it seems like forever away, I promise you this YouTube channel will be here every day, even if that means I have to create one video about Descendants and Zombies every day for the rest of my life to help you make sense of it. Because I think a lot of people are just uploading videos on YouTube that really makes no sense to anybody. There's a lot of criticism thrown the way of these Descendants stars that there's really no place of having criticism in the conversation. I've always believed that if you're going to say something nice about people like Clarke and Ruby Rose Turner, say something nice about them. Because they are still trying to figure out their place in the world, and how can they figure out their place in the world when they're faced with so much criticism and they're being reduced to tears every night of their life? They've even refrained from Googling or YouTubing themselves because they're afraid of what they're going to find. So one of the biggest reasons why I created this YouTube channel was to really put it out there that kindness really does go further in this world, and that there are great people out there in this world that do love people like Clarke and Ruby Rose Turner, and that the support is there for them. So as a YouTube creator, I think one of the greatest honors of my life is knowing that everybody is finding these videos. And now when you Google Descendants and Zombies, the majority of the videos that you're finding are mine. And because the majority of the videos that you're finding are mine, these videos are finally filled with nice reviews of Descendants and Zombies and a greater appreciation for the stars that I think a lot of other YouTube channels should showcase for Descendants and Zombies. And I just feel so honored to be here to be able to talk about Descendants and Zombies in a way that I believe this is meant to be talked about for a very long time. No matter if you're talking about the original stars and the original storylines from the original trilogy, or the new spin-off series, The Rise of Red, as we await the premiere of Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, next summer, sometime between now and next July. I am really excited to be here, and it really is an honor for me to talk about Descendants and Zombies in the way that I believe it's been meant to be talked about for a very long time. So if you get a moment, I would love for you to hit my subscribe and my like button to join me on this incredible journey, because this is a journey I hope never ends, and if this is a dream, I certainly hope it's a dream that I never wake up from, because in this dream I had the honor of meeting each and every one of you, and I had the honor of talking about Descendants and Zombies in a way that I believe it's been meant to be talked about for a very long time. And I just want to always do this for you, because I think that you guys have deserved far better for far long enough now when it comes to your favorite stars. I don't think they deserve to be criticized. I don't think they deserve to be reduced to tears every night of their life, because they're just doing the best they can to bring characters like Red and Chloe and Bridget to life. And they've done such a powerful job and been such a powerful representation of what daughters of these Disney villains should have been. And they've offered us such an insight into really how much of a profound impact Descendants has really had on all of our lives. It's really hard to believe it's been 10 years since I've had the honor bestowed upon me to talk about Descendants and Zombies and discuss it for you in a way that I believe it's meant to be talked about for a very long time. So if you get a moment, please hit my subscribe and my like buttons. I would love for you to be part of this incredible journey that you've got me on as we take a look at some of the things that you may have missed from the Descendants Rise of Red movie in this reaction video, which I think all of you are going to love. I'm actually really excited to watch this for the first time ever on my YouTube channel because there were a lot of things in the Rise of Red movie that a lot of people may not have noticed, and this video will clue you in on that. And I really appreciate how you guys always find my thumbnails and you click on them and you watch my videos from beginning to end, and you always find time in hitting my subscribe button. I always love seeing the subscribers going up on this YouTube channel because that means somebody new has arrived on this YouTube channel and they appreciate Descendants and Zombies just as much as I love creating these videos for each and every one of you. So if you get a moment, I would love for you to hit my subscribe and my like buttons to show your love and support for this YouTube channel because it's something that I can never seem to get enough of. In this video, all your favorite Descendants stars are discussed and mentioned, from Clarke portrayal of the character Red, Mila Baker's portrayal of the character Chloe, Charming, and of course Bridget, of course portrayed by Ruby Rose Turner, whom I miss very dearly, and I don't know how they are ever going to be able to produce Descendants 5 without Ruby Rose Turner. That's something I've discussed time and time again on this YouTube channel because everything about Ruby just really hit me so hard in the heart, and it was really a slap in the face of reality of just how far kindness can really go in this lifetime. And there was just something about Ruby's voice being on that song, Life is Sweeter When You Are, that's something that I can never seem to get enough of. So, with that having been said, what do you say we take a look at this video? I think it's going to be a very informative video. I will try to provide you with the best commentary possible throughout this video for you as we try to make sense of everything, the Rise of Red, and things that we probably may have missed from last year's premiere.
Arrived. Descendants, the Rise of Red is finally here.
I love the visuals.
And you bet we've already seen it. It's truly
I must have watched the Rise of Red 100 times.
And we're sure while you were getting spellbound by the fairy tale magic, you might have missed a few enchanting details. But don't worry. That's why we're here. So let's dive in. 10. A tribute to Cameron Boyce, a.k.a. Carlo.
I remember that tribute, and it was so emotional.
With the fairy godmother, and
it was so emotional.
The new and dazzling principal, Uma. She's giving the office her own personal touch, and it's as fierce as you'd expect. The film opens with Uma making a grand entrance.
I remember that entrance. I found it to be so effective.
All villains
it was a great way to introduce us to the franchise. She was part of the opening monologue.
Especially Wonderland. Of course, the fairy godmother, who grew up with the Queen of Hearts at the Merlin Academy, knows a thing or two about treacherous schemes and isn't entirely on board with Uma's idea. But Uma can be quite convincing. A true pirate's charm.
There's always something about working alongside legends, and I remember China Anne McClain from Ant Farm
pictures of
days,
the original
she was always meant to be one of the greatest of all time.
Solo picture
and there's
of
that
Carlos,
tribute that was very effectively done.
Cameron Boyce. It's a heart-wrenching moment as we remember the loss of such a bright and joyful soul.
Boyce, I think.
A loss that the Descendants cast clearly feels deeply.
These tribute videos
we
Cameron
see
Boyce
Uma's
every year for his
eyes well up
birthday and
with
his
tears
death.
as she reminisces about Carlos, reflecting on how he would have wanted everyone to be welcomed. His absence is felt by all, casting a bittersweet shadow over the scene. 9. The Mad Hatter. He's a personality you can hardly miss. We saw him come right to the rescue when Red was stirring up trouble in the lands of Wonderland.
I must have watched the Rise of Red 100 times.
Wasn't the Mad Hatter supposed to be mad? It seems he's a mad genius this time around. Did you notice the long mechanical structures around his room? The Mad Hatter's room is a steampunk wonderland of gears, levers, and quirky inventions that reflect his mad genius. Another thing you might have missed is when the Hatter told Red how her mother wasn't always this way, dropping some wisdom about how we're all products of our past. It seems that even though the Hatter wasn't shown to be present at Merlin Academy, he knew the past of the Queen of Hearts. So, were the two friends long before her evil reign of terror? 8.
Good question.
Here's the secret to getting better ChatGPT results. Ventrilo is a Chrome extension that helps you write smarter prompts based on what you're actually working on.
The Charmings. So this is love. We're sure you caught the blue-haired Charmings being the perfect family ever. But did you also notice the captivating tune the King Charming was belting out with his wife, Queen Ella, a.k.a. Cinderella? It might have sounded familiar because, yes, it's the same one from the original Cinderella animation. the OG Cinderella
How many
love
times
song.
did I watch
And
the
we
original
got
OG
the real-life
Cinderella?
version of it by
Oh my
none
God, how many
other
times
than
did I have
the
a bowl of
90s
chicken
charming
noodle soup
couple,
when I was sick watching
truly
that movie?
adding a nostalgic and enchanting touch to the film. 7. Chad Charming? Speaking of the royal Charming family, did we just hear King Charming and Queen Cinderella mention their son Chad? Yes, that Chad Charming, the one who blessed our screens in the previous Descendants films and even served as the sporting antagonist in the first film. Now, in the Rise of Red film, we see Chloe and Queen Cinderella ready to leave for Oridon Prep, but King Charming has to stay behind.
I remember this moment too.
Why? Well, even the king can't let go of his
if there was
fatherly
everything
duties.
to notice in
He
the
has
Rise
to
of
go
Red,
to
I
Chad's
must have
college
noticed
to
everything.
support him in his tourney. But wait, if we remember correctly, wasn't Chad the guy with the dashing blonde hair and pale white skin?
Yes, he was.
So it's quite possible that the king and Queen Charming adopted Chad when he was younger. What a twist in the fairy tale! 7. A fashion frenzy. We loved every dance sequence and musical
I
bit,
love the Life is
but
Sweeter
one
When You
in
Are dance
particular
number.
caught our eyes.
That song
Not
is stuck in
because
my
of
head
the
forever.
banging melody, but because of the outfit changes. Remember when Red and Chloe met at Oridon Prep's entrance with their mothers and later busted out the song, Love Ain't It? Well, keep an eye out because the queens get a major outfit change. Yep, the Queen of Hearts can be seen rocking a completely new dress.
Alice in Wonderland
with her
is the
hair
reason
down,
why I'm addicted
while
to tea every
Cinderella
morning.
is back
I
in the
drink tea every
gown
morning
she
on my
wore
videos.
at her palace. Surprisingly, Red and Chloe are
I
still
developed this
rocking the
addiction to
same
tea because
outfits
of Alice
they
in
had on
Wonderland.
previously.
And how
Fashion
important it is to my
consistency
life.
or rebellious style statement? You decide. 6. The Arab Royals. Aladdin and Jasmine. Did you
Aladdin and
catch the
Jasmine are two
Arabian royal
characters that I
couple
think
with
should have
their
had
son?
more significance
Yeah,
on them in the
we're
Descendants
talking about
franchise.
Aladdin and
There's so
Jasmine,
much of a
who seem
story
to
that
be
goes with
enrolling their
Aladdin and
son in
Jasmine
Oridon
that
Prep as well.
sometimes people tend to
In
forget
the
about.
Aladdin film, we saw a glimpse of the happily ever after they had, but Descendants: The Rise of Red gave us a further glimpse into their lives. A happy family of 3, it seems, and who knows, we might even see the Arab prince playing a bigger role in the next film, adding some Arabian magic to the Descendants saga.
And that would be
Let's
really
hope he's
cool.
bringing his magic carpet with him. After all, every good adventure could use a bit of flying flair. 5.
I always loved the
What's
magic
my
carpet.
name? It seems Descendants: The Rise of Red is
I always
set
wanted
to
to go on a
deliver
magic
hit
carpet
after
ride,
hit,
although I never
and
had the
also take us
opportunity.
on a trip down memory lane. Uma is back, rocking her iconic song, What's My Name?
And I loved how they
which first
remixed the
graced
song
our
for the
ears
Rise of
in
Red
the second
soundtrack.
Descendants
Because
film.
the first one was just
If
pretty
you
much the
found yourself
introducer, and then
already
she
singing
changed it
along,
up for the
but
Rise
couldn't
of Red.
quite remember why,
Because she was
here's
the
your
principal of
answer.
Oridon Prep.
Uma's fierce anthem is back to remind us of her undeniable presence and the legacy she brings to Oridon Prep. 4. Uliana's glowing necklace. This film introduces us to a brand new villain gang led by none other than Uliana, the baby sister of Ursula. Uliana is pulling out all the stops to outshine her sister's wicked
costume
legacy,
detail for
and this
Uliana was
time,
outstanding.
her target
The
seems to
costumes
be
for
none other
everybody in
than
this movie
Bridget,
were
the
outstanding.
younger Queen of Hearts. But besides her wicked schemes, something else caught our attention. Uliana's necklace. We noticed it glowing with magic in the Black Lagoon when she was plotting her revenge. And then, lo and behold, it glowed again in the courtyard when her gang of villains faced off against Bridget. You know, in the cupcake stealing incident. So, was she wielding magic in her plots all along? Looks like
I hope this
Uliana's
video is
got
putting a
more than
smile
just
on your guys'
mischief
face.
up her sleeve.
Build better habits so you can outperform yesterday.
3. The son of Morgana Le Fay. Descendants: The Rise of Red also introduces us to Morgie,
There are
the
so
son
many
of the dazzling
characters
and wicked
in this
enchantress
franchise.
from the
So if
legends
you're
of
wondering
King
if the
Arthur.
Descendant story is
Known to
far from-
also
it's
share
far from
royal
over.
blood with King
It's far
Arthur
from
himself. Here's the twist.
There are so many
Merlin,
characters. The Sword
the
and
Academy's
Stone,
principal, also hails from the legends of
Hercules,
King
the Little
Arthur.
Mermaid.
And between us, we know there wasn't always peace
So many
between
distant
Merlin and
lands yet to
Morgana.
be discovered.
With these two new faces in the mix, our heads are spinning. Now, Morgana Le Fay is known for her mastery of sorcery and manipulation. So why is her son a serpent? During the villain gang's grand entrance, Morgie proudly announces himself as the son of Morgana, Serpentine. And if that wasn't enough, did you see his flashing serpent eyes? It's a puzzle with
I
missing
didn't notice
pieces
that.
that's got our brains working overtime. What secrets lie behind Morgie's serpent form? 2. New friendships. Did
Which
you
is always
catch how
beautiful to
Ella
see
and
because of
Bridget
Descendants.
used to be best friends? They were inseparable. Will the same friendship befall their daughters now that peace reigns in the realm? We know Red isn't the villain everyone thinks she is. She's just new to the outside world and even seems reluctant to embrace the wickedness she's destined to. And when she fearlessly opened the banned cookbook of magic and
remember that
spells
moment when she
without
opened
freezing
up
on the
the
spot
magic
like the
book.
other evil villain kids, it confirmed
She got
that
more
she
than
was
she
destined
expected,
to be the
certainly.
new hero in the Descendants realm. 1. The ominous ending of The Rise of Red. The ending of the film has us desperately waiting for the next movie in
Which
the
has been
Descendants saga.
confirmed, and it will be
But did
released
you
between
catch
now
the
and
look
summer
on Uma's face?
2026.
The clever grin that
A year
screamed
from now, and I'm
she
really
knew
excited
something
about
was
it.
already stirring.
You knew
And with
going
her
into this there
narrating
would
the
be more than
story,
one movie
we
because
know
they just wouldn't
something
bring
went
back the
wrong in the
franchise
fabric
for
of time.
one time
Even
and
if
one time
everything
only.
seemed sunshine and rainbows when Chloe and Red returned to the present, there was a sense of ominous doom lingering. The Mad Hatter did say, when you alter the fabric of time, there are unpredictable consequences.
And most certainly
And
there
it
are.
seems
Because time
Uma knew
always runs
exactly
out.
what it was. Was it just her being her mischievous clever self, or does she play a greater role in this whimsical scheme? I guess we'll just have to wait for the next film to release. Fingers crossed that it's already in the works. Thank you for watching. Comment down below what else you think we missed in Descendants: The Rise of Red. And hey, don't forget to subscribe and like for more enchanting and exciting content.
You know, that was a great video because some of the stuff that was talked about in that video there, you might have missed from The Rise of Red. And some of the stuff, I tend to forget about. But the one thing that always I'm reminded of is just how we had so many characters in this franchise that were often forgotten about and underappreciated, like Aladdin and Jasmine, who I was always a big fan of ever since I saw the original animated classic in 1992. And of course, I was a big fan of the original animated Cinderella. Many of you may not think that, but I was a big fan of the original animated Cinderella. I used to watch that like 100 times every time I was sick. Watching it with a bowl of chicken noodle soup I took great pride in. And I just love talking about this franchise so much. I think that there is so much to be appreciated about it, which I wish a lot of critics would really understand, because I don't think they really understand the value that goes with talking about Descendants of Zombies. There's a certain pride that everybody has when they talk about Descendants of Zombies, and I just love having that pride and showcasing it for you in all of these videos. Give me a moment to switch back over to the other program, and we will close this thing out with, as always, a few final thoughts. I really do love producing these videos for you guys, even if it means I have to produce Descendants and Zombies videos every day for the rest of my life. I have no issues with that, because I think there is a greater respect for Descendants and Zombies that has to be shown and given to this franchise, because it's the most revered franchise in the history of Disney, in my opinion, because so many people feel inspired by it. So many people draw inspiration from this franchise and really take something away from every installment of Descendants and Zombies. And that's something that sometimes is forgotten about, because there are so many characters in this franchise that still have a story left to be told. We have Leomani Segura coming in to play Red Sister Pink, which is going to present a lot of conflict in this movie, which is what I'm really excited about. Of course, the consequences of time travel will obviously be felt, because one can't expect to mess with the fabric of time and not expect consequences, and I find that quite intriguing, as perhaps many of you do. And it's really hard to believe that in a year from now we'll be counting down the hours, the minutes, and literally the seconds to the premiere of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, and that's something that I'm really excited about. If you guys have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're going to want to subscribe, because all throughout today there will be videos about Descendants and Zombies uploaded to this YouTube channel. I've got 3 more on the way, uploaded at different times throughout the day, and I would love for you to be a part of this experience and this incredible journey that has changed my life for forever. I will never forget the profound impact that Descendants and Zombies has had on my heart and my life, because it's changed it for the better, and it's been a time in my life that I will never ever forget. A decade of so many unbelievable memories, and it happened because of each and every one of you. 53,000 views later, over 2,000 plus watch hours. I will never be able to tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you. I will never live long enough. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you continuously show, and giving this YouTube channel incentive in life in ways that I could never even imagine. Thank you so much. Having said that, be kind to one another. Keep kindness in your heart forever and always. I will be back later on throughout today with more great Descendants and Zombies videos, which I hope you will join me for. Great videos, great reaction videos, and more commentaries are on the way. Until we speak again, Keep kindness in your heart. Keep it close with you, because kindness really does go a long way in this world, because life really is sweeter when all of us are. Bye, YouTube. We will talk again in just a few hours from now.